Your taxpayer dollars given to an organization that helps fund an economic forum for billionaire business elites in Switzerland. And a report exposes just how much money drug companies gave to the National Institutes of Health, and reports questioning just how much Dr. Anthony Fauci and Francis Collins received in royalty payments as well. Adam Andrzejewski, the president and CEO of OpenTheBooks.com, joins us now with more on his waste of the week. Adam, good morning to you. First, I want to start with this eye-opening investigation from your organization. You got these reports through the Freedom of Information Act and found hundreds of millions in payments from third parties back to NIH and NIH scientists. In fact, about 350 million. Clearly, this is important because NIH does give billions in government grants for research. How'd you find out this information? What did you find?
Well, Jan, we believe transparency revolutionizes United States public policy and politics, and we have to start with the National Institutes of Health. On one hand, they dole out every year $32 billion worth of grants to nearly the entire healthcare industry. But on the other hand, our auditors at OpenTheBooks.com found money flowing in the opposite direction, about $350 million over a 10-year period on royalty payments from third-party payers like pharmaceutical companies. This enriches the agency and roughly 1,700 of its scientists, including its leadership, former director of the NIH, Francis Collins, and Anthony Fauci, who received royalties. And all of these payments could be a potential conflict of interest.
So would Fauci or Collins have to disclose to the public how much they made from a private company, or is the only disclosure when it's taxpayer dollars? How does this work?
Well, the disclosures are being redacted on an individual scientist basis. So I know that Fauci's in there 23 times for royalty payments, but I cannot tell you who paid him. The numbers are erased and redacted, the company that paid the royalty and the amount of the royalty. So we're calling on the NIH to come clean and produce the entire database.
Okay, and I want to get to this story right here because this Sunday in Switzerland, for the first time since the pandemic, the world's richest are going to gather in person for the Davos World Economic Forum. So let's set the table here, Adam. What are these billionaires and world leaders hoping to achieve by gathering next week?
Well, they want to set up a new order, a utopian globalist society. And at the head of that new order, Jan, is always a powerful government, a government that wants to tax you more, spend more, and do more surveillance of people. And look, they don't believe that government has failed because of incompetence or corruption. They really believe that government has failed because it's not powerful enough. They want to socialize the new order.
So your organization did some digging and found since 2013 that this forum actually received $60 million from U.S. taxpayers. Why are we funding this organization? Of what benefit is this to the American people?
Well, Jan, it's a staggering amount of money over 8 years into an organization who serves the uber wealthy. There is no public purpose for hardworking middle class and working class taxpayers to subsidize the sponsors of Davos, the World Economic Forum. A membership into this forum costs $650,000 a year. If you want to go to this fancy conference that starts on Sunday, a ticket is $28 grand. A coveted badge is $50,000. The American taxpayer, over the course of the last 8 years, put in $60 million into this organization for its programming, and we have no business doing that.
Right, and you're talking about billionaires, they can certainly fund this themselves. You said, though, that the World Economic Forum is accusing them of being hypocritical. How so? What types of programs are U.S. taxpayers funding?
So there's two programs in Africa that U.S. taxpayers have put $60 million into. And without debating the merits of that program, you're exactly right. They should lighten the load on the American taxpayer and fund these programs themselves. There is, like I said, no public purpose for the American taxpayer to be pumping money into this organization. They've got all the context in the world to pay their own way.
Right. And the goal of these uber wealthy, as you mentioned, is to, quote, make the world a better place. Again, the argument is losing individual liberty and giving government more power, and tax money does the opposite for most people, right? Gain the world, lose your soul.
Well, I think we have to recognize the moment in the last 5,000 years of human history here in America. It's a rare moment where we recognize that our rights come from God and not government. And we're not, individual freedom and liberty is what's made America the most prosperous country in the history of the world. We don't look to an elite cabal, to control our lives And that's what makes this place special. The World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, they have a different philosophy. They want to socialize all our lives.
All right, Andrzejewski, great to see you on this Friday. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Jan.